Vegas Raiders.
Bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn his TV off.
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Well, this defense for the Raiders, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
Jackson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Jackson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. And the Raiders are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
Intercepted. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Ready, go!
They showed up a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
10 yards on the pickup.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On the zone read, a give to Genty. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as they'll take this up to the 38-yard line. The Raiders have 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run here with a rookie from Washington. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. That one good for and a Raider first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
The 20, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A big play there. His third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Raiders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Vegas.
Makes the score Raiders 7, Ravens nothing. Wishnowski set to kick.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Shy of midfield at the 48. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first.
Partner, I know we're in the era of the mobile quarterback, but there's still an element of surprise when that position keeps the football, and what a nice gain on that play.
Hey, Ozzy, sit up. You. Sit up.
This time Jackson will throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. You look at this Raiders defense. They've shown the ability to play tough against the pass. Currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now it's 2nd and 10.
13. Yeah.
Now it's Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Hey. No, we changed it.
Moore, the man in motion. Here's Jackson. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10.
Change it. Hey. Hey. Hey, middle.
Jackson from the shotgun. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Hey, report.
Here's Jackson to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
1st down, here's Mitchell. Down at the 25. From the 25, here's 2nd down at 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Going right side here, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. His first catch, good for 14 there, and a 1st down. And the slot man goes in motion left. Jackson. That's complete, right around the 8.
Jackson's pass.
They'll give him 4 yards there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 6-yard line.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here is 3rd down and 4.
Report. Change it. Set up.
From the gun, Jackson. The quick slant caught. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
For baseball, we call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Jackson will keep it. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Lamar Jackson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
He finds his man, complete. It's Townsend. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the
Operating from the gun. Leonard. Throw left side, complete. That's Townsend. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. 43 yards. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7.
14. Ravens 7. Mitch Wishnowsky set to kick off.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Now it's Jackson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Hey, Alpha. You. Let's go. Yeah.
Jackson now. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up
My first thought surprised because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Second and 10.
No, we changed it.
Throwing is Jackson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So just shy of midfield. They tried it. Didn't work out. What did you think?
I thought that they should have punted the ball away. Should have gotten rid of it and played defense with better field position. Look, I'm as aggressive as anyone wanting to go for it on offense, but in this situation, it doesn't.
First half.
I don't know that there's any risk. I mean, what's the reward for your risk here? I would not have done that. My only explanation is this coach, he may want to be up here in the booth with us. We may have a 3-man booth starting next week if he keeps up with those decisions.
And the Raider first down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Ashton Jeanty taking it in from a yard out. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And it's now 21-7. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Still fighting for more. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
27-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10.
Hey, report! Report!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. The sack will be interesting to see what they have planned for second and 23.
Report!
Looking to throw. Jackson. He'll fire deep, looking for more. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take over here up near the 40. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
A final shot before break. Leonard. Over the middle, complete. It's Townsend. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt home. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Once again, it's Genty. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try to make some plays in their backfield.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Here we go.
Up the middle, it's Genty. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
No gain on the play.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Looking left side, he's got a man. That's Townsend. And he's going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 2nd down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Operating from the gun, Leonard. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them. They still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
13. Come on.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And the Raiders have got him. And going the books is a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack.
Middle. Hey, report. There it is. Nice hot. We change it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Jalen Carter able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Throw left side complete. That's Townsend. Down the left sideline. He's on his way. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Wishnowski set to kick off.
Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this from the midfield before he's brought down.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And down he goes. Brought down. Raiders sack. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustration, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Nice up. Go ahead. Report. Hey, Ozzy.
Back to throw. Jackson. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
13.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. That is caught. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
First down.
Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Report.
On first down, they go back to Mitchell. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A quick throw taken in by Diggs. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They go play action now. Jackson will try to pick it up himself. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Right after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that time.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. 38 yards. And the Raiders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Ravens 14. Wishnowsky set to kick off.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. To throw is Jackson. Throwing to start the drive. Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Inside the 10. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. They're quite a turn of events. This is first and goal from the 3. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away. A run straight ahead with Jensen. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
It's now third and goal.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. The running play does not work from the 5 on fourth and goal. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. Able to bust through the tackle, but not much to show for it. Still inside the 5. Second down and 6 now.
It's now second and 6.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He finds Bateman over the middle. They get 9 there, and in the process escaping their end zone, picking up a first down. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Oh, dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Now White. And his throw is incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind him.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 41. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is caught. He hits more. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
Ready? 79 Broncos. Ready?
Now White. Diggs crossing the field and bringing it in. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. White. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. And shedding a man at the 40. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offside.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. 36 yards. And the Raiders have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into the next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He's going to let it fly. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Raiders will take over here just shy of the 30. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. It's a big play there for Vegas. 44 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Here we
This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Raiders, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll
bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth. Come on. Bring them out, bring them out. Hey. Bring them out, bring them out. Yeah. Bring them out, bring them out. Hey. Bring them out, bring them out. VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife lost.